Welcome back to my Let's Play of Romancing Saga 3. As you can tell from the great music and last episode, we re-obtained the Masquerade! We also got some other Holy King relics, but screw those. We have the Masquerade! That means we are allowed to go back into Luan. Since we were never in Luan with Katarina, let's take a quick look around. It looks very nice. It's very small, but it looks very quaint. I think Mikael is doing a good job here. Yeah, this guy tells us that we can board a ship to mules here, which is how you pretty much get to the intro town of Mules with almost every other character, unless, as I said, you choose certain routes with Julian and Monica. Monica's of marriageable age. Does she have a lover? Similarly, a woman in Lance is wondering the same thing about Anna. As for Monica, there is a hint of a romance between her and Julian, but I don't really buy it. I don't really see anything between the two. Now, as for actually being able to enter the castle is a different thing. I hope we can. Can I go in? No. I am pouting so much right now. I had hoped that I could get Mikael into my party now. But it seems like to get into the castle itself, as Katarina, we don't just need the Masquerade, we also need to have closed an abyss gate that is not Buni's. This makes me sad, guys. I had hoped to just get him into my party already. Whatever, let's just continue with the Vanguard quest. If you may remember, last thing we did here was we found the control room and we found out about the dolphin statue which we got from Hermann. By the way, that up there looks like a window, but it's actually a door. I'm gonna quick shut up, because I'm going to edit out the walk through the dungeon. Only thing to notice, this little dungeon down here is void of monsters once you have unlocked the control room. So I'll see you in the control room. And I'm back! What we have to do now is we have the dolphin statue. To be honest, what I always thought was you had to put the dolphin statue up here on these two green dots, because, you know, as I said before, I never really noticed the dolphin statue before, and that just looks like you have to put something there. Where you actually have to put it is up here. Don't get excited yet, we aren't actually moving. Because if we go up here, nothing happens. So, we have to go back to the Mayor Captain of Vanguard. I'm gonna cut out the dungeon walk again. It won't happen very often anymore, I swear. And we're back in Vanguard. How come we're not moving? You need some water magicians for that. So off we go to Moses. Those are the only water magicians that we know of. Let's use the nice convenient teleporter. Talk to Undine and she'll be all... You know, I need magicians to move Vanguard. I'll send some of my apprentices to do it for you. Before you ask, no, you do not need to finish the Moses quest for this. All you have to do is at least start it on Undine's side by defeating her apprentices and agreeing to killing Volcano. At least that's what I remember being able to do in my previous playthrough. Anyway, we have to go back to the control room, and I am glad because this is the last time I will have to edit that stupid scene out. So I'll see you in the control room. Again. And we're back! Now we have some very nice water mages who still look like women to me rather than men. And they're doing something. I don't know what they're doing. Fun little thing. I once managed to get the water magicians before I got the dolphin statue. And I still had the dolphin statue in my inventory when I wanted to move Vanguard. I didn't know that you had to set the statue down. So I was going up here trying again and again to get it to move, and I only got to 50%. And I couldn't figure out why until I realized, oh, the dolphin statue doesn't go up there, it goes up here. So yeah, not every plot coupon has to just be in your inventory to work. As soon as we step up here, let's start it. Let's make Vanguard move. I hope this doesn't backfire in any way. 100%! Great! Oh, one dolphin. 2 dolphins. I never noticed those before. This doesn't look good. Oh god, did we create an Axarius? This is just like Axarius in Tales of the Abyss. I swear, if anybody blames me for this, I will point out to the party why it's their fault. Well... oh, that's bad. Was that needed? Vanguard, go! I guess the music tells us that things went okay. Okay. So where are we gonna go with Vanguard? To the far west! To Limit Island! Okay. The only thing we can do right now is go up here and we can choose where we go. We can either choose to stay here, which is close to the main island so we can go to the other cities if we want to, or proceed with the plot and go to Limit Island. I guess we're already there. Good thing is the traveling scenes aren't as long as with ship. I told you that thing was a door! That's now a shortcut to the control room, so thankfully we don't have to go through that dungeon anymore. This is so great! Yeah, everybody's pretty excited. What does the little kid say? I don't believe this. Yeah, this is definitely a dream. This has to be a dream. If you remember, this little brat is the one that said that it's just a myth that Vanguard can move. Anyway, even if we are, or if we were close to the main island, we can't just X our way out of the city anymore. Also, once you get Vanguard to move, housekeeping finally decided to clean this room up. I kinda miss the blood. Anyway, now, if we want to go to Limit Island, or if we want to be able to leave Vanguard and go to the other cities, we have to go in here and talk to this guy to ferry us over. Thankfully, we don't have to put a piece of gold underneath his tongue. What the hell? What the hell is this? You! Oh, Forneos' Sea Palace? Tell me! What do you mean you... Oh. What do you mean you won't tell me? You're telling me, good boy. Good lobster. We are the water tribe. We cannot harm a water dragon. Apparently, Forneos sent a water dragon to here to kill the lobsters to keep them from telling anyone where his sea palace is. But they already told us. Why are you stationary? Can I ride on the Vanguard too? Sure! And we have a lobster in our party. This is Boston. As you can see, he has decent levels in water magic and he has higher levels in martial arts, and he is a great martial artist. As you can see, his attack power in red is already pretty high. But if we give him a weapon, it goes down. The best thing is to just give him a shield, or healing potions or similar. I think you could even give him, you know, spirit stones and charm sand and all that. But whatever. The downside with Boston is the shell that he has on, you know, his lobster shell, counts as his armor and we can't remove that. So problem with him will be that he will always have a little problem with defense. Anyway, I think Hermann has pretty much done whatever he had to do plot-wise to bring us to Forneos, so I'm gonna LP kill him soon. You ignore that second one. You didn't see anything. Anyway, with Boston we gain another formation. The formation we get, it's really difficult to read white on a white background. This one, yes. This is Genbu. It lowers our speed somewhat, but the upside is that at the end of every round we regain, I think it was like 10% of our max HP. So it's like a potential Regan effect on us. Remember how Muse learned all these nice skills? Boston is gonna have those now. I should have slept before. Whatever. If you go down here, you can see a small ledge down there. That's where the water dragon is. If you leave this island to defeat Fornios now without defeating the water dragon, if you come here later, you won't be able to come here. The water dragon has killed everybody and the island has disappeared. While the only good thing in this place is Boston, I'm gonna defeat the water dragon. However, that's gonna require some grinding. First thing I'm gonna do is... down here is an entrance to a little dungeon, which has, you know, fish and water-based enemies in it. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna stop recording now, and I'm gonna grind down there to get Fishscales. Fishscales can either be an accessory, like the type of rings, or it can be an armor. To get the armor, we have to give a Fishscale accessory to the blacksmith. But as I said, if we leave now, you know, if we choose to go to the Sea Palace or the mainland, the island will disappear. So I'm just gonna get the Fishscale accessories for my non-Boston party members, because that will give them immunity to certain water attacks. So, I will see you whenever I'm done grinding and resting up. And welcome back. I have gotten Fishscales for all my 4 party members. You don't need one for Boston because he's already of the water element. And yes, I am in Vanguard, and no, going to Vanguard will not cause the island to disappear. It's only once you have moved Vanguard away from the limit island. Anyway, down here is the little dungeon. This is where I got the Fishscales. And now we have to go down here and get to the water dragon. I am not looking forward to going through here because of all the monster battles. I hate monster battles. I hate editing them out. You know what? Screw this. I might as well just edit out all the ways until the room where I can get to the water dragon. Unless I make it through these without a single fight. So far, so good. Yes. This is the room where you can get to the water dragon. It's kind of hidden. As you can see here, I went through it, and we're outside of the waterfall, if you will. On this emulator, it's kind of easy to tell, because as I did with showing you that everybody sleeps in their magic casting position. Oops, that was the wrong one. Bam! We see there's a walkway here, but we don't really see the entrance or exit itself. Just remember that it's close to the room part where you entered. This is the water dragon. I'm gonna plunk a little save state for a second. Now let's fight this thing. Luckily, it won't attack us if we just accidentally touch it. We have to confront it. We automatically have a water field element. compared to some other battles, I don't think we can change this with elemental skills alone. I think we would have to use excessive amount of magic to do that. The water dragon likes using Squall, but since Boston is water elemental and the Fishscales practically do that to our party members, we're immune to it. Oh, although I haven't shown you the... Actually, yes, I have shown you the menu. You have, or should have seen that I have killed off Hermann. For a minute I was concerned that killing him would somehow end the game, seeing as he is counted as a... I guess a required character for this part of the plot, but I think now that we have unlocked the Limit Island, we don't need him anymore. Dragon text used on dragons. That's just hilarious. Yeah, Boston is kind of weak right now, but he can get better later on. He does get better later on, actually. Ah, stupid freezing! Yeah, Boston gets double the healing, cause water element and all. Anyway, with decent enough levels and the fish scale accessories, well, mostly the right levels, and some text, you should be able to do a lot more damage than the 999 that the water dragon, you know, regenerates every round. Ow! Go back to using Squall, even if I think that the animation of it is a bit on the long side. And again, at least this isn't as bad as the Knights of the Round Table materia of Final Fantasy VII. We have defeated the water dragon, and the lobsters are now safe! So we could go to Fornios' Sea Palace if we wanted to. And this treasure chest contains a magic beast. Overall, the fight shouldn't be too difficult, as I said, as long as you have the right levels and all. There is an optional dragon in the further part of the cave, the Mist Dragon, but I'm not gonna fight that. At the very least, not now. I may fight it later on if I feel like it, but not now. And I'm going to see you on the island village-ish part of the island. I'm gonna cut out my way back to the cave. And welcome back. Oh man, my jaw hurts so much right now, it's all the way up to my forehead. Anyway, we have defeated the water dragon, we have kept the lobster safe, and we know the way to Borneos, the Sea Palace. Going into the control room now, we can choose to go back to the mainland, or we can choose to attempt to find the Sea Palace where Borneos will be. But I think this episode went long enough, and I may do a different side quest before doing this. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of fighting Borneos. But that depends, cause I tried doing the side quest before I started recording this episode, and despite my HP, I still didn't finish the prerequisition of it. I'll see you next time!